Yep, you're going to do the check. Just, it says we should have been
should
live.
be live, so.
Just do
Okay, it says.
Alright, just double check the sound.
Yeah, I'm
Alright, fantastic. Alright, well, I guess we should take down the stream curtain. I'll just check. Alright. Alright, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Weekly WAYPN. I'm Karl.
I'm Sunny.
AKA
Henry and Santa.
Alright, shall we crack off with some man-thing?
Samantha?
Samantha.
Who's Samantha? This is a man thing.
Yes, Samantha.
Oh, okay. I thought this was a new noun.
No.
Samantha-ing, I don't know.
No, it's Gutripa flesh.
Oh, it's Gutripa flesh. Right. So, Mr. Man-thing says, today's work added some brown, yellow ox for some of the woody parts and growths. Now I have to decide on various shades of green for other growths. Then some black with airbrush reduced and water to help it flow to darken the cracks and gaps in columns. Still just putting base colors on everything and haven't done any shading column or highlights except column and I have to say I love this figure. Not just for the looks and detail, but even the areas that look hard to get at, like behind the front arm or the hidden chest. There's
Where hidden chest? Or it's no. He means the actual chest.
Okay, right.
Because it's hidden behind
the turnip nose.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. There's very little that you can't see. Reach with the brush to. Have to be careful to be. But it never felt like, oh, that area would just have to.
Alright, cool. Now, I'm gonna go over this one because we have several updates on this one. In fact, we've got a pretty short week this week. Alright, so next up we have Tia. You are probably...
Because I did...
You post first. So why are you... I see Tia next.
Is it flipped around?
No. It shouldn't be. So you go down.
Oh, okay. For some reason, Tia's one's built. Oh, I think I started a bit
you started
early.
at the wrong spot.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
Alright, so then
here's... Should I read it again? Or no, start with Tia.
Yeah.
Alright. Hey everyone, this time in my conversation center, I've decided to convert a Invicta warsuit to a L-Brute? Demon Prince Audrey 3. I'm not sure what I made, but it was fun to do, and the mossy look was a new one for me. I actually really like this.
It's interesting,
it's
but
very interesting.
I'm not quite sure what I can say about it. So
I like that.
So yeah, colors are good. Colors are good. But like the whole idea of this is like we're meant to help people achieve their goals and like help them improve in their process and that sort of thing. But this is sort of so out of left field, I don't know where to go with it.
I think this was Tia's moment of creative super, if you will. Just kind of came out with something and she's going with it, you know.
Well,
just something for fun.
Well, the thing is with it, all I can like there's a dramatic difference between the back and the front. I think what
Oh.
I think what Tia did really well is the what are these things called?
It's not a.
The carnivorous flowers. I've forgotten what they're called. These are the ones that are
Is this
modeled after the one in Indonesia, which really stinks.
Rafflesia? Yeah, that's.
Is it called Rafflesia?
Yeah, Rafflesia.
It's alright. It's alright.
Yeah.
But I
But
think
that's
like
what I thought it looked like.
because I think that's done really well. I like the mossy look, but yeah,
Yeah, that one. Yeah, Raffles.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the one.
yeah.
But it's also seems to be part that and part. Oh, what's the thing from Stranger Things?
Oh,
The, they call it the Demogorgon, but
the
it isn't.
Demogorgon.
But yeah,
It does feel Demogorgon.
anyway, like I think that's done well. I think that the mossy areas are done well. I think this needs more integration.
Yes, I think it does feel like the most incomplete part of of the whole model. Like it needs to be painted up a bit more, I think. Like it needs some metal or what. Yeah, I do think that part needs to be a bit more. But as model, I think
Well, let us move on to the next
ah,
part.
it a RJ
It is an RJ, as you say.
with a very brutalistic.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stop on this side for no apparent reason.
Okay, few more things to do, but for the most part, I'm gonna call her. Okay, so my commentary off the bat is I am a bit confused at the pants material, what pants material he is going for. I can tell that he wants to go for like one of those shinier,
I
shiny.
think with these pants, it's meant to be the like you know what? The hair is actually done very well. I like the hair. The skin is done quite decently too. Um, I think what he's trying to do with these is, you know, those sports pants which are reflective.
Ah, I think so.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
what I think that's what he's going for with this.
Because I can tell that he's trying to go for like spandex leather or something.
Yeah,
But-
like the spandex sort of thing.
Yeah,
I
but the
think
thing is that the color, because the shadow to the brightest color here is so dark,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to place how the true color of the pants actually works. When you do shiny material, you do have to go very, very dark in the shadows. But the bright of this is like almost it is to a chartreuse rather than a bright green. So it's like it skipped a few levels in color gradation. So it made me kind of confused as what the real sort of material or color of the pants is. But I understand the concept. And that's the only thing I would say.
Yeah,
about
all right.
this
Well,
piece.
I think that there's not much that I can say on this one. Like, there's nothing where I go, oh, well, this needs to be improved or that, because this is obviously a stylistic choice. The green of the pants, but I'm just sort of looking at it and I'm just thinking, I, I don't know what to do or say here.
Yeah.
All right, let us move on to more of Larry.
1 second. Okay, Larry, and this is what I've read.
Oh, was it?
This is what
All
I
right.
read
Well, I
earlier.
guess I'm gonna have to apologize to Larry, but we do have
Now
another Larry toward. We got 2 more Larrys, so
So
yeah,
yeah.
we will have to skip this one, Larry. I apologize. I just want
Well,
you
we
to
did
be
give one.
sure.
Yeah.
I just want you to be sure that you have to blame Sunny.
Ah.
So next up, we've got Mas.
Yesterday, I bought a phone tripod with a built-in circular lamp and wanted to make some test shots before I fixed some details on the Hellbrute based on WAYPN reviews. So I used old test squad of Ultra when I was painting them about a year ago or so. I was looking for, and I still do, a way to paint armies fast and in style that suits me. More gritty and grounded than very clean official heavy metal style, but not just flooded with brown enamel paint like so-called grim dark style.
Yeah.
And this is what came to be at that point in time. There may be some unfinished details here and there I missed and didn't bother to take care of them as they just a test. You know what this style feels like?
What?
The firstborn marine artworks. Style art.
Oh, Paul Dainton. Okay, all right. Yeah, no, because when you just said firstborn, I'm like,
This is
that's
not
a
firstborn.
lot. You know, like I'm like, well,
Like the GW artwork where it was still like maybe I think it's fifth edition style.
yeah, okay,
cover
yeah. But I mean,
arts.
like, see, there is a long period of history. I think it's not until like 2016 or 2015 that the Primaris come out. So like that there is a long period of history, like 20 to 30 years of just firstborn art. So like when you say that, I'm like,
which one are we talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
Yeah, like that more sort of painterly, pretty look. Yeah, because they look like they're all decked out in denim jeans, head to toe, kind of look. Which is not a bad thing.
Some parts they do, but like yeah. Anyway, let's move on because like he was just trying to test out the camera here.
Yeah. It worked great.
Yeah, no, and I actually tagged you in the comments there because
did you tag me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know you told me about it verbally.
But yeah, because
I've seen this
I thought
sort
it
of
was really good. But anyway, let's move on to this absolutely beautiful Krieg tank that he has done.
Why is it so clean, Thomas?
Yeah, no, because
it's unused.
No, I like it because
of course we like.
It's so
box arty.
Yeah, it is so box arty. But what I love about it is it feels like a historical tank because you see how he's done
the welding marks.
Yeah. But it's not just that, right? It's also the fact that he does some really like this is such a shift in style. Right? And like that's why anyway, sorry, you should read things out.
Yeah. Some miscellaneous stuff I'm currently working on. 1 Lehman Russ tank. This one is waiting for his weathering since December. 2 Panhard 178 armored car in German service. 3 Rogue Trader from Blackstone Fortress. Yeah, it is like so the first one, the Krieg one, I think that's the lead.
Yep.
And then the second one that's got the cross, that's the German one.
Yes, that is.
Yeah, and then I don't want to go wrong, so I'll
yeah,
just look at
and
your
so
one.
then this is.
Oh, hey!
But
look at this.
It's just a whip, but it's coming along.
Your color composition is very good, Thomas.
Yeah, but I think this ring light combo is a winner.
Yeah, it's like daylight photography.
Yeah, no, it
very
looks
good.
fantastic,
It's
man.
very
It looks
good.
really good. Um,
Very crispy.
yeah, but I really like this because it's such a
I'd have.
sharp contrast from what you usually do.
I keep that just because
Well, he still has to do up some other
some
bits on it, but
renderings.
yeah. All right, let us move on.
Have junket.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long road, but I wanted to give a full army update. All assembled models of the Leagues of Votan have been painted. Not gonna lie, it feels pretty good. Now I just have to learn how to play this silly game. That's one way to go about it. Paint the models, figure out how to play later.
You know, he's got them on a Blood Bowl pitch.
Oh, but he had a specific idea for this. I think because he wanted to go for the Tennessee.
Oh, right.
Something.
The Tennessee Raiders, was it?
I don't remember. Something Tennessee.
Yeah,
I'm not
I'm sorry. Being Australian, I'm not as up to date on the football as you are. So
footy, mate.
yeah, but we got the footy. We got a footy, mate.
You got a footy, mate.
Yeah, footy. But
The AFL, y'all.
what I really like about this and why I want to take a little bit more time on this than I would usually give is because of one thing. We have to take a moment to celebrate our victories. And here's the one thing that people forget, right? This was a 10-man squad that he did up. This was a 10-man squad he did up.
Yeah.
Posted. This is 2 weeks worth of work. That's 2 weeks worth of work. It's a week's worth of work, and so on and so on. This didn't happen overnight. This wasn't accidental. Nothing starts finished.
Yeah.
And seeing something like this all together, it gives you that real sense of accomplishment. And one of the problems that we have with social media is that we see this all the time. We see a finished army and we think, oh yeah, another finished army.
Oh, they're like, oh, he had all the time to do that.
Oh
That's
yeah,
why he finished it. But that's not true. He made time
exactly
to do it. And you do it, chip away at the block little bits at a time. He did just 10 guys first, and then you move on to another 10 guys, like you said, and then you do it in small batches.
What I want to sort of get to the point of is, with this, take a moment not just to celebrate yourself, but to celebrate others in this hobby and realize that this is an achievement, right? When it comes to this sort of thing, how many people do you see with half painted armies? How many people do you see who had
unpainted?
Yeah, like we have lots of unpainted models. In fact, I've been very, very behind on painting the last 2 weeks. To be fair, we had a cyclone coming in and we've had a lot of other stuff going on. Apparently the Germans are overhead as well.
Yes.
Take
cover.
But like my point is, we should take a moment to take this in and celebrate it, just like we do when Joseph shows up, his whole board game all finished, or whatever it is. Take that moment, because this didn't happen overnight.
Very well painted army.
It is. It's nice. It's nice, and it's very eye-catching at the 3 feet level.
Yeah.
But we will move on now, onto RJ.
Oh, this is unsanctioned.
Salacious lady playing video games.
Looking at this nerd. No, not me. Her. Get a job. You can't make a living playing games all day. You certainly can't.
Most people can't. But I think I think the way that he's doing the lighting is really interesting.
Yeah.
Like, he's going for that hard cut, that more realistic.
No, it's a light from the TV.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, look right here.
Yeah.
So look at this.
Yeah.
We see a hard cut.
Ah.
Right, where the light doesn't touch. Like, for
Yeah,
example, we see right here, her skin goes from, skin colored to just brown.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, like a dark.
Yeah,
shadow.
and then on the other area, it's just black. Now, I don't know if that's not finished or whatever it might be, but I think that it's really interesting. And I actually have this model.
I know you have this model. I've seen you have this model before, and I was like,
I've got both
got
versions of it, the small
you've got-
version and the painterly version. So
Oh, pink.
yeah, so the other one's like 30 centimeters tall or something, or like 10
Oh.
centimeters tall, and the other one's like whatever the standard size is.
I really like the undercap mushroom, the way he's painted it. And that is correct, the way he's painted it. And I know this because I did a lot of mushroom studies when I was in high school for one of my art exams. And that definitely looks correct to me, the way he's done the gill. But she is seemingly scarcely clothed. RJ. Where's the rest of the clothing? Hey?
Excuse me.
Achoo.
I'm going to blame Sunny for not moving on fast enough.
Okay.
Definitely not my fault.
But this is you now.
Oh, it's Cal. Cal Vanoni.
Calvinoni. More goblinoid kid bash, bodies from werewolves, arms from shield wolf miniatures, heads from...
Sorry about that. More sneezing.
There's something...
Something in the air. Every time and everywhere.
WHFB.
Yeah, Warhammer Fantasy Battles, that's meant to mean.
Alright.
But,
Then some fungal terrain from Spruggle.
alright, so I think these guys are much the same as the ones as last week. Like, they work.
Yep, I would say so. The fungal terrain does look more rocky, I would say. But it does look good as a terrain. But yes, I think for the models themselves, a good level of contrast. Like, you can see the teeth are their own thing, the body is its own thing, the loincloth is its own thing. Every single part of the model is clear and identifiable. So I would say you've definitely done a good job with the tabletop.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Alright.
And it's more from
Larry.
Just a little
Can
short.
I just pause for a moment?
Okay.
Because I need to blow my nose because apparently something's gotten into me.
There must be some dustiness in the if you're catching it. It wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't muted?
It wasn't fun.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone.
It's alright.
Well, there you go. My secret's revealed. I was secretly muting myself to blow my nose, but I failed. Like how I fail at so many other things.
Oh, just a little short work today. Base color and dry brush highlight on staff ribbons. And the highlight green for the mummy's eyes. Yesterday I put Mod Podge on the base and dipped it in fine ballast. And let dry overnight. Thinking about a color to wash it with to give it a little depth. Then I touched up the highlight.
I'm not sure he wants to wash this because I feel like if he will, a lot of the
dusty feel will go away.
Yeah.
Unless you do a bit of pin washing.
like he could do oil washes like you're suggesting, but I mean, like, it's so risky.
And
Well,
this would be very tedious if you were to pin wash because there's so many wrappings
yeah,
and
but I mean, like, even if he did do
lines.
like an oil wash and then he
Rubs
rubbed
it
off,
off.
you know,
It'll still create a bit of that sheet.
yeah.
I kind of
Anyway,
like it
anyway,
like it
anyway.
is.
But yes, and Marvel continues to make us wonder about why they do the bases the way they do. But I tell you what, that's some great depth with the armor.
Oh
don't you
yes,
think?
oh yes. I did not see that previously, but that looks like one of those hard polished leathers. It's so beautiful. I
Yes.
really like it.
Yeah, I think it looks good. I think it looks good.
You're not gonna leave his face just blank white, are you? Like,
Well, we will see. We'll see how things progress. Shall we move on to our next piece?
okay.
It's some more from the gas.
Oh, I just realized I didn't post an updated picture of my Jaegers before I posted the army. I like the way most of the paint job came together. I used a battle mat I had as background. I think the pictures turned out alright. I think the pictures turned out great.
Yeah, yeah. I find it funny that they're the only ones on like a more realistic styled base,
Yeah.
whereas everyone else is on the football field,
Yeah.
and these guys are out in the trenches or whatever.
Yeah. You know,
But I
when
guess
I-
it fits for what they are. Sorry, you were saying
when I see this guy, the guy with the torch,
the
the
guy with the.
flamer weapon,
It's not a torch, I don't think. Give me a
It's like a
sec.
flamer
No,
weapon.
no. Look right here. That the one?
he's done the Tennessee
Colors, yeah.
colors. Because like from here, I
You should
it
explain what
looks-
from here
what is how far is this?
No, you got to explain
arm's
how you're
length.
viewing it.
I'm viewing it as the thumbnail picture. I know zooming in, it's just as is from the post, an arm's length away from the screen. It looked like real fire from the corner of my eye until I actually look at it. Then I see it as like blobs of orange and white, and it's so stark. It's so how do you say, like obvious, you know, like there's no blending, nothing. And but I thought to myself, oh, this must be that whole 3 feet rule thing that, you know, you look at it from far, it looks like fire. But no, it's actually just a checker pattern. And yeah, I just thought I'd point that out.
Yeah, no, I think they're looking good. I think he's hit his aim. Like he's not going for super detailed.
Yeah, it's very clean. It's very
I wouldn't say super clean, but like
But
they do their job.
clean.
I'd say they do their job. But yeah,
I think it's very clean.
all right. Shall we move on?
Yeah, oh, it's Tomas and his denim boys. Those guys was second test run, evolution of previous approach, but by a bit different technique. Basically, first bunch was made by stippling with dry brush and classical dry brushing. This time I used sponge as a base and refined stippling of a point. Somehow, closer to the end, highlighting went almost to non-metallic metal. I honestly don't remember how and why it got to this, but I like it. It's got that sort of, I don't know what kind of lighting effect this, but it really has that. Wouldn't you say?
You know, I'm just looking at the way that he's done them, and so I see what he's saying about the non-metallic metal effect with this bit right here when he was trying out for the what do you call it, the
Line?
no, there's his sort of version of speed painting in a more grimdark style, quote unquote. I'm just wondering, if what he might want to do is get a toothpick. Okay? Now, just bear with me for a minute. I don't know how lightly this paint has gone on or if it's thick and chunky. But one of the things that I'm noticing with a lot of your stuff is there's certainly a lot of chipping in this speed paint style, which is fun. It's good. You know, like it works. But the issue is that chipping without scratching implies neglect,
Oh, oh,
right?
okay.
And the that's not the idea that I think that you're going for at all with these guys. So maybe you might want to just either grab a toothpick, wooden or plastic, it doesn't matter, and just run that along some of these models to get scratches in them, right? And hopefully that will give you some more sort of grit to them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give a bit more character, a bit more story.
yeah.
Doesn't give them.
Yeah, because this is meant to be from wear and tear, right? From
Yeah.
continued action rather than anything else. But yeah, let us move on.
Larry.
It is more Larry.
Tired and a little sick, so not much today. Added a little bright green to the leaf, it with a touch of the brown. There's some shading on the underside of the areas. Added more brown to that as a base. He added a bit of yellow and water to get a glaze and build up some of the sky edges for a bit of color transition.
So on those fungi pieces, don't you think these look more like those orange? I think they're called horseshoe
bracket fungus. I think it's called
bracket fungus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like that would be a great way to create some color contrast.
Yeah,
Bracket fungus or polypore.
Wild food.
It's we are not giving any recommendations as to eating fungus at all.
Okay, yeah, no, that's not what it is. We're just saying that this is bracket fungus.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
But yeah, because I think that could give some pretty good contrast.
It would be, especially to the green.
Yeah, because at the moment, there's a lot of greens and a lot of browns. Nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, you've got this bright yellow at the front.
Turn it face.
And that might help break up the back a bit. Because at the back, it's all sort of quite uniform.
Yeah.
And like that's part of it. That's part of the whole idea. So yeah.
Yeah, I think you should definitely do that with the bracket fungus. And I do feel that the overall color scheme feels very warm. I'm wondering if you should try going a bit cooler with the grays for the rock. That way it'll bring a bit of contrast against the warmth of the
Yeah.
That it'll create a bit of contrast there. But yeah, other than that, I think it's coming along great.
I hope that the stream does not crash because I accidentally clicked Cheeto box when I was trying to check something.
I was like, why did you?
Okay, so I will close this one and we will move on to the Masters update. And one of the things that I really like about you guys is you take what we say on board, then you actually do things with it. Alright, would you like to read out his very brief intro part?
And there is the Hellbrute after the post-review fixes.
Yeah, so he's done up that eye in the middle.
Yep.
And the areas look more stained and like in line with the rest of the model.
We have to take a look at the back though. Very clean.
Bit clean.
Yeah, we thought the back was.
So it's looking pretty similar to all of the rest of the medals
Yeah.
here now. Yeah.
Great.
Like, it did look great before, but
Yeah.
I think it was just those sort of jarring contrasts that we had before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest, Tomas, I have not had the adequate amount of sleep that I should, and so I cannot remember things as well as Sunny is saying, but yeah, I think that he's... Yeah. Yeah, so I think he's sort of addressed everything that we talked about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's all of it. Thought the flash was well done, the plasma gun was well.
Yeah.
It was mostly out there. I think
it was just mostly the metal and also
and the
that...
eye.
Yeah, I think it was also the fact that we had some jarring juxtaposition. Like that... So I remember saying that the legs, especially the back of the legs, integrated into the thing better. But you know, it honestly might just be his new lighting that makes it look more cohesive.
Maybe.
Because like he actually just did it the way he intended to do it, but it's just been photographed in a way that it's come out better. I know he's done this, but you know, that's what I'm saying.
Well, maybe we should move on.
Okay, yeah, no, I think he's done great.
Yeah, he's
done
fabulous.
Absolutely fantastic. Next up, we got some more Tomas.
The third experimental run from a few months ago. This time, dye brush tripling plus classical.
Apparently, we're dying.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna die.
Must be like pollen or something. Classical dry brush, sponge chipping, enamel streaking effect. AK's reddish brown, dedicated for World War II German Panzer Gray. It's my favorite method because this way I can paint my Space Marine. Oh hello penguin. It was Space Marines like tanks. Well, I'm more of a historical tanks modeler than Warhammer painter. But it's very, and I mean very, slow. Also note how my OSLs evolved during these 5 guys. Which one you like the most? Power Sword was loosely inspired by a cover of Knights of McCraig by...
So I really have to say I really love the way that he's done the chipping, but the thing that most...
Ooh.
That is very cool.
I love the yellow of the exhaust vents.
I think like some of it's like this, my favorite of all of them.
Oh, look at it! I did it. OSL.
But like I like what he's done here
because it shows the grill of the light.
Yeah. But see, like, unfortunately, I don't think like you have to be perfect in your execution of that, otherwise it doesn't quite come off. Whereas I feel like the way that he did the glow with this like came off really well, except for maybe there where like all the yellows catching. Like I understand that this is recessed, but that's not quite how the lighting would work, I believe. I mean, like, can be wrong. But the one thing that I thought was absolutely amazing with all of this was the way he had sort of stuff leaking out of the shins.
Yeah,
sorry,
like
not the
mud.
shins, the kneecaps. Like I think
it's
that
not a look you see very often.
Well, see, it feels much more mechanical that way. Like, not so much this one, but I think mostly the captain and this guy over here, like, oh sorry, not captain, sergeant, where you see it's as if it's running out of that part of it. And I can see why he would avoid it because, as he said, it takes a very long time to do.
So is that like a mud effect that he's trying to go for? Like the mud is
No,
running down.
I think what he's trying to do with it is he's trying to paint the Space Marines as if they are in a version of tank armor. Yeah, that's where I think he's going with it. All right, let us move on.
I like the green. Just safe. A lot of Hero Quest is ready for basing, but I'm going to need to put that project after the week. My AWOL Kickstarter has finally arrived. Only 4 months after delivery began, I've got everything I need to start playing, picked out, cleaned up, and washed, ready for play.
You know, it's incredible the speed at which Joseph paints. Yes. He dedicates himself to a task and he just goes for it. He absolutely goes for it. He never, lets things down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Penguin says even me.
Yes, of course we know.
No, because he likes the historicals, like with the way those Space Marines were painted. But yeah, I think he's got so much done. Look, like last time I think we saw them, they were getting pretty close, but now it's just the basing that needs to be done as far as I can see.
And it's very clean and
very
nicely done.
And
everything is, visible and picked out.
Yeah. And like even the eyes are decent, and the reason I have to point that out is because Joseph has had some troubles in the past.
Eyes.
Yeah. But yeah, I think there's not much else we can say on this one.
No, yeah, he's definitely.
We will look forward to seeing what is in the Kickstarter. All right, so next up we have
ND.
Please stop coughing like that. It's yeah, or at least mute the mic.
More work on this guy this evening. I'm pleased with how the metallics are starting to look. The rest still needs work, and trying not get overwhelmed by all the details. If I'm not careful, all I can see stuff I haven't painted. Finding the balance between using enough variation that it's a homogeneous, but not so much that it looks like an explosion in a paint factory in walk. Also, I attended a course on basing last week, an area I will always neglect, if I'm honest, and it was fun to try new things and learn. So here are the 4 bases we got to base. A general gaming one, a woodland one, a rebel one, and industrial Space Hulk style one. Oh, and to answer Sangeeta's question, the last review, of course, I watched the extended edition of Fellowship of the Ring. It would be a travesty not to. Just need to find time to watch the other 2.
Well, it would be absolutely criminal if I didn't comment the basing.
Oh dear.
So, the only question I have when it comes to this is this meant to be a wire, or is it meant to be some sort of other outlet with the plating? Remember that verisimilitude is a thing, right? And you've obviously put more work into the rest of it, right? You've got this greenish effect here, which might be some sort of pond scum or something else. The thing is that there's a lot being put into this, but remember that the one odd stray detail can break that feeling of verisimilitude. I think that he's done really well with the hazard stripes, especially because like the chipping is on the yellow, which is actually painted after the black, which is how it is in reality. Then I really liked this base because you've got some little bits of rust coming out from the rebar of the concrete. I think that this is interesting with that piled up. However, what I do think that would be really good is if you got some pigment powder and pushed it along the edge of the concrete to give that idea that this has been integrated into the terrain, because currently you've got these bushes growing up, right? So this concrete's been here for a long time, and even if it hasn't, concrete dust goes everywhere. So like that would make all of the dirt grey instead of making this brownish, you know. I think the colors though are fabulous. I really like it, despite the fact that it's all neutrals. It's great.
Yes.
Great contrast of values, and a very interesting to look at base.
Ooh.
And this one is just nice.
It looks
It's
very realistic with
it's
the
very
mud.
similar to what I do with my jungle basing previously. So you put in your large thing first, and then you put that stuff in. You just do 2 or 3 dry rushes over it, and it comes up fabulous. And then you just put some different shrubs and some micro bushes on, and Bob's your uncle.
Yeah.
All right, shall we? Oh, but there is one extra thing that I wanted to say.
Oh.
Not on this base, because that base just looks absolutely fantastic. I love it.
Like
But
a rocky.
on this guy, I understand getting overwhelmed with the details, because there is a lot. There is a lot. All right.
Oh, and who do we have here? Day Dallas. What's that buzzing sound that is in the? Ah, it must be the aircon. Like,
Is it?
yeah, buzzing sound that is there half the time.
I'm guessing
It
it's.
could be either the aircon or the bugs.
Or could it be the this thing, the this one?
Music?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it?
Let me
I'm
see.
just gonna.
I muted the thing.
Is it that? But yeah, so I've just got some very low playing music.
No, it's not the music. It's like a dee dee dee. Yeah, probably the aircon. I can hear it. It's like a.
I don't know. I'm sorry, my dude. All right. So shall we move on to our final piece now?
Yes. It is Larry. Still not feeling great, but I'm glad I painted. Love working on this anyway. Added boreal green areas, hoping the bluish thing it has. The bluish thing it has help make it a little like blood vessels, but also just to have some more greens. Added some sepia wash to the recesses of the skin and the face. Put tiny dots of yellow on the eyes as pupils, or else to give a bit of extra flavor to them, with just a bit added to the very highlights of the face, really only visible on the water. Always be sure to dot your eyes. Also put the boreal green on the floor. Time to think about general. Yes. I really like the eyes. But yes, it's a very good touch to add a bit of yellow. I think the depth of the yellow turnipy face has come through very nicely. Other than that, I think I'm just waiting for you to get to all those like hairy parts and actual skin and really like highlight it up and depth with that.
So I'd have to agree, but I don't think that there's much more that we can say on this. Like, we still think that the fungus should be orange.
Orange, yeah.
I don't think that there's much more that we can say on this one.
Yeah, but I think Larry's just taking his time.
Yeah,
to be
and that's totally
very
fine.
precise and
And that's totally
Yeah.
fine. Now, it's been a quiet week this week, so that's all we have. I'm sorry, guys, that I haven't been as active as I have been in the past. However, we do have things going on. I am behind on the commissions, and there is a reason for that, but hopefully, hopefully things will all come full circle in the near future. We will be able to get on with things. If you remember, there's a new hour-long video up,
Oh yeah.
and it's not on Space Marines.
Yeah, it's something else.
Yes.
Something else that people been asking.
So, as always,
Keep those brushes wet.
Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.